guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be doing part 3 of our TVDU unpopular opinion. Now, I was basically bullied into making this video because you guys would not leave me alone under the comments of part 2. So due to that constant peer pressure, we are doing part 3. Now, I don't know if y'all are getting brave. There were some very messy unpopular opinions under the latest TVDU video. There were several characters getting whacked under that comment section. A lot of feelings are about to be hurt. Anyways, before we get into the video, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, don't forget to check out both parts 1 and 2. I'll leave them both in the description along with my TVDU playlist, and you guys can check those both out after the video. Okay, this one actually broke my heart. Y'all, this unpopular opinion broke my heart. I did not know how to react. This person says, I hated Bonnie so much throughout the show. Like, when she died multiple times, she should have just stayed dead. This is probably the first unpopular opinion of its kind. She should have stayed dead? Like, oh my gosh. What did Bonnie do to you? You can't really say that you hate her because of she was always dying. That wasn't her fault. That's Julie Plek's fault, which I've been telling y'all for years that Julie Plek is the enemy. Julie Plek is the person we should be diverting all of our hate to, not Bonnie. Now, I'm with you. I did not like the fact that she kept dying in the show. If it were up to me, if I was writing the show, I wouldn't kill Bonnie, period, at all in the show. I'd just keep her alive and let her, you know, rise above and leave Mystic Falls. That being a part of this comment as to like why you hate her is just insane to me, y'all. Like, I just don't use hate. Like, just say you dislike her. You know what? Go back and edit your comment and say you dislike her. Divert all your hate to Julie Plek. That is what I'm gonna recommend for you. I'm gonna give you a little diagnosis and say you hate her because she was the one killing Bonnie multiple times. Next unpopular opinion. I low-key find Hayley annoying in the original. She talks so much about becoming a monster and hating herself when she became a vampire, but she was already unhinged as a werewolf in TVD. Hating Hayley isn't unpopular, but you saying it's because of her self-hate, I think that was a big part of her character in the original. She never wanted to be a vampire, ever. She did not want that. Granted, it was her own child that turned her. I will say though, there were times where I did find her annoying. Girl, like, you're a hybrid now, like, get over it. Like, your daughter did this, she saved your life, she healed you. At this point, like, turn it into something positive, like, come on. Okay, now this one, I don't know if it's unpopular. I think it might be because this character is very loved and he's a fan favorite. This one says, Damon was a terrible person. He abused and essayed Caroline, killed Jeremy, not knowing he had the ring, killed Bonnie's mom, and whenever he got upset would go out and kill and not even feel bad. I agree. I agree. I think you guys, if you've been on my channel, know my stance on Damon. It was fun having a character like him in the show, but he was a terrible person. I had a whole war in my previous video in the comments about the Salvatore brothers and who was better than the other, and I think I might make a whole video on that, like a versus, Stefan versus Damon. But yeah, I will agree with you. Damon was a terrible person. He did assault Caroline in the beginning of the show. He assaulted multiple people in the show. If TVD was released now, the show would have definitely got a lot of backlash because of those themes in the show. Killing Jeremy, I'm not sure if I care. I didn't really like Jeremy, but nonetheless, he did murder him. Yeah, that's definitely part of the reason why he's just a terrible person. He killed anybody he wanted in the show. I might make that Stefan versus Damon video, so I'll definitely go more in depth in that, but I agree with your opinion. He was terrible. Okay, this one I saw in the comments. I didn't know how to feel about this unpopular opinion, y'all. This might be the first of its kind as well. We're getting a lot of first timers. Okay, this next unpopular opinion says, after watching Legacies, Hayley should have gotten an abortion. Now, granted, this person said it didn't come from them. It's one that they saw online, but the fact that this even exists, I don't know if an abortion is it, child. First of all, that would have been horrible if she did, because in originals, everyone was bending over backwards to save Hope's life. In season 1 of the originals, everyone was doing everything in their power, aside from the witches who wanted her dead. Everyone was just trying to save her. So if she had an abortion, I mean, Hayley in season 1 of the originals might agree with you. I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but in season 1 of the originals, Hayley actually tried to kill the baby. Like, she tried to have an abortion. Klaus low-key was about to, you know, kill her ass for doing that. So season 1, Hayley might agree with this person. The baby literally changed the family for the better. So I don't think that would have been something that I would endorse. They said after they watched Legacies, they thought that. Again, Julie Plack just does not know how to write characters. Alright, the next person says, Tyler is a horrible person from the start, from sexually assaulting Vicky to emotionally cheating with Hayley. This isn't an opinion, honey, at all. This is a fact. He did assault Vicky and he did emotionally cheat on Caroline. I don't know how many times I have to tell y'all in these videos that Tyler is one of the worst characters in the show. Just that whole trifecta. Tyler, Jeremy, and Matt. 3 worst characters on the show. Some of you may be new here, but those 3 will just always be at the bottom of the list of the entire TVD universe. Jeremy being the better of the 3. Granted, Matt wasn't really like a murderer or anything. He was just stupid and annoying. Tyler would definitely be the worst of the 3. He's just awful. There's this video circulating around Twitter when Tyler was giving the speech at the funeral and the vampire hunter like snipes him from the top of the church, and he just does this ridiculous twirl.
Community of giving yourself up for the sake of...
Everyone in those like comments in the quotes of that tweet was just like, I hated Tyler. Like, Tyler was actually so extra. He was so annoying. And I just was liking every single comment and reply saying that because I agree. I'm not gonna waste any time on Tyler. Y'all know how I feel about him. All right, this next person actually had an interesting opinion. They weren't hating on anybody or anything. This was an interesting opinion. Heretics might be superior than werewolf/vampire hybrid. I don't like the whole like heretic thing in general. If y'all watched the last like TVDU Unpopular Opinions, I kind of talked about the heretics from season 7. Lizzie in Legacies, she became a heretic. Maybe if Julie, you know, was a better writer, I would have liked the heretics more. But I'm hybrids. Hybrids first, always. I'm always gonna like hybrids better. I think hybrids are probably my favorite of the supernatural like creatures after witches. Witches are like at the top for me, and then it's the hybrids. Are they superior? I don't know if they are. They have that like witch aspect to them, and then the vampire, like that has an advantage in itself. And then like regular hybrids of vampires and werewolves, they just get the best of both worlds and they're immortal. That's why I think that they like heretics will never be superior to like regular hybrids. Klaus and Hayley did that. Like, heretics aren't bad. I think it's very interesting. I just feel like they weren't fleshed out the best. Maybe if a better writer was present, maybe. Anyways, moving on. The next opinion says, I don't think Elijah and Hayley should have happened at all. I just think it's weird for Elijah to be with someone that had sex with his brother and is carrying his child. Even in the show, it was kind of like brought up by Klaus himself about the whole Hayley ex Elijah thing. I agree. It was weird. I don't think it should have ever happened. I also talked about this in my failed relationships of the Vampire Diaries video, where I said that Hayley and Jackson should have just been endgame. And y'all know how I feel about Elijah. Y'all watched the last video. It ended horribly. I will say, like, Hayley and Elijah's story, when you look back at it, is just very tragic. Just look at how she died. It was just awful. Anytime that they had peace in the show, it was like maybe a couple episodes and then shit would hit the fan again. It ended really badly, which is again Julie. Get on Julie's case, y'all. Y'all need to get on her case. I don't know if she has social media, but y'all need to get into her. And this last unpopular opinion, I will say, is not as unpopular as some of y'all may think. The statement that Delena is toxic is an unpopular opinion in TVD because it's a relationship that is often used to promote negative messages about love and relationships. Now, thank you for going a little bit into detail about that, saying like it promotes like a lot of negative subtext about relationships in general. Definitely at the start, yeah, like you can kind of see in a way how they were like bad for each other. They even said in the show that the doppelgangers are like meant to be. So maybe like even in fate, her and Damon weren't supposed to happen. I'm not a like huge fan of Delena. They're not my favorite couple in the show. I will say you have a point about it being toxic in a way that it's portrayed. I just really feel bad for Stefan because, you know, they put him together with Caroline last minute and then they killed his ass. Alright guys, so those were all the unpopular opinions from the comments. A lot of the comments were some that I had already addressed in the other two. So these were the ones that were the most unpopular. Again, if you guys want me to continue this series, let me know in the comments. Leave your opinions in the comments as well, because I do be replying sometimes. And some of them I just save because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be included in the next video. So definitely leave those down in the comments, guys. And let me know if you guys want to see the series continue. I also want to start doing it with other shows like PLL, like, you know, more of those, like more of these type of shows. Like some of these were crazy. Y'all were going in. I feel like the more I do these, the more unhinged you guys get. You guys just get comfortable in the comments, which is a good thing. So keep being insane in the comments. Also, if you guys want to vote on the next videos, like whatever video that comes out next, keep an eye out on the community tab. I always do polls on what videos you guys want next. I always leave them there and you guys can vote, and the one that gets the most votes is the next video that is recorded for the channel. If you want your video to be next on the channel, vote! Don't forget to check out the TVDU Unpopular Opinions videos previously and the TVDU playlist. They'll both be in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.